ourselves more good, I think we're going to have to watch it. I think we're going to have to.
Enlightenment was the reaction to Calvinism.
Right.
When Calvinism said,
Total depravity.
total depravity.
Right.
In other words, don't have a chance. And we went through this with Nathaniel Hawthorne in the 19th century in America. America's always a kind of backwater when it comes to ideas. And the Germans went through it in the 18th century with the Enlightenment, the end of the 18th century. Paris and Berlin were basically the capitals of the Enlightenment. You know, there's no way to get around it.
Well, your position as the Catholic Church has always been successful in maintaining avoidance of those two restraints, right? I mean, as you study your doctrine, it's like you stay on course.
Yeah, I mean, if you get back to original sin, we're wounded. The crisis at this point, a crisis in the left. The French left and the gauche proletarian had already decided we're not getting into terrorism. At that point, the leadership of the revolutionary movement shifted to the Baader-Meinhof gang, and now the Baader-Meinhof, but they're both dead. And basically the question is does this organization exist? But so what happened is this disillusionment started to spread. And the expression of it was this thing called the Tunics Conference in Berlin, January 78. Foucault shows up at the Tunics means two nicks. Don't do anything. Do nothing. Do it. And it sounded sort of like Tunis. And so there were kind of puns on this type of thing. But basically, it was at this point the left disintegrated into a lot of different component parts. The guy that I stayed with was a student, a theology student at the university in Berlin. He had been fed Bultmann's demythologizing line and realized,
Who I saw.
Anyway, you saw him. He had been fed this line, he realized he couldn't believe anything. There was nothing he could believe in, and so he left and he went off to Puna to sit at the feet of the Bhagwan and get enlightenment from the Indians. You know, it's always a bad time when Germans go to India. It's always a bad time because what it means is they're basically completely disillusioned with life and they have this kind of nihilistic death wish, which is what India symbolizes. Hegel talked about it a lot. India is the land with no logos where everyone ends up on opium in one way or another. And that's where he ended up. And that was one manifestation of the collapse of the left at this point. And this is the disintegration of basically the revolutionary movement that existed for 200 years. If you say from 1776 to 1977, that's 201 years. Complete disillusionment.
They saw, and you could say they saw it first.
And there it was tried out first. So Berlin has always been, as I said, the laboratory for social engineering. And here it is, this disillusionment is spreading throughout the place. And so what happens at this point is, you know, the wall comes down in '89, and now Berlin, Germany is reunified, and now Berlin is the capital of the Foucauldian Empire.
Más psicotrópico saludo. Esto ha sido Enigma 5 para todos vosotros. Hasta pronto.